Hello, TikTok. I'm going to tell you a little story time. It is not going to be a happy one, so trigger warning of birth and things that can happen when you think you have a perfectly healthy baby. So it all started, I was 38 weeks and I was sitting on the couch with my twins next to me and I was super uncomfortable and I just stood up. I was trying to move around. I just could not get more uncomfortable than normal. And my son had asked for some juice, so I went to the fridge to grab him some juice and I just felt a rush and I was like, oh my gosh, did my water just break? And so I had gone to the bathroom to check and see what was going on, and it was a bunch of blood. And I was actually on the phone with my husband and I told him what was going on, and I was like, let me call you back. I am gonna call the hospital. And so I called the hospital and they're like, well, we can't really give you any medical advice over the phone, but if you feel like you need to come in, come in. And I was like, okay, I'm going in. So loaded up the kids in the truck, drove myself to the hospital, and it was about 25 minutes away. On the way, I tried to call my in-laws who would be watching the boys when we had the baby. They live about 10 minutes from the hospital, and neither of them were answering, so I started freaking out. Called my husband back, was like, hey, I'm on my way to the hospital. Your parents aren't answering. You need to get a hold of them because I'm already freaking out. And so he finally got a hold of them. They called me back. They ended up being outside with neighbors talking. And so I was rushing to the hospital, trying not to freak out. After I hung up with my husband, I called my mom because I needed somebody to talk to. She lives like states away, but I was like, you know what, I just need to talk to her and have somebody calm me down. And I was talking to her for probably like 5 minutes, and then my in-laws called, and so I answered with them and I was like, hey, I'm on my way to the hospital, can you guys come like right now? That way the boys have somebody to go to. Like, yeah, we're on our way. So they ended up getting there like 2 minutes before me, and so we just parked in like the hospital parking area, and grandma, my mother-in-law, wheeled me in on a wheelchair. They had me like pee in a cup. They're like, how are you feeling? I'm like, I'm fine, but I just had a bunch of blood, and you know what, obviously isn't normal. So like, okay, well, we'll check you out. And hold on, I'm gonna have to do a part 2, sorry.